So welcome back to another video here on the channel, and I just got done filming my Halloween 4 review. Now I'm going on to Halloween 5. Halloween 5, disappointment. Like, that's really the only thing I can say about Halloween 5. Let's just jump straight into this review. Halloween 5, disappointment, the worst in the franchise, and that's my opinion. A lot of people say Resurrection. Halloween 5 is the worst movie. I know there's some fans of this movie, but for me, I'm not a fan of this movie. You know, The Mask, I think The Mask is horrible. It's one of the worst masks. It's weird to me, though, because I feel like the Halloween 4 mask, even though I don't like the Halloween 4 mask, it's way better than whatever the Halloween 5 mask was. The guy who plays Michael, he isn't a bad Michael. I don't think he's a bad Michael. For what they was going for with the script was like a emotional Michael. Because like he even cries. This actor pulls it off pretty well, I would say. But there's so many negatives. And one of the things I hate about Halloween 5, it's boring. It's boring. It's not original. It doesn't anything new. It really just shreds and tears up Halloween 4, and almost at points it's like Halloween 4 doesn't even exist to this director. That's how I feel. Making Jamie a mute, which I think was one of the worst decisions in the franchise, making Jamie mute, then they kill off Rachel. Why would you kill off Rachel? A character that a lot of people like, that I think could have carried the franchise, and Jamie, but you know how they handled those characters in this movie. We kill off Rachel early in the movie. Like, we don't even get a proper send-off for her character, which annoys me. You know, as much as a fan I am, as much as a fan I am with Jamie and Rachel, I just don't think those characters were handled properly here, and that shows. You know, Rachel, why couldn't she at least get a proper send-off in this movie? That really confuses me. Again, basically just ignoring, retconning the Halloween 4 ending. I've said it here tons of times. You did not have to make Jamie the killer. Was it that hard? The amazing ending that Halloween 4 was brought to you on a silver platter. Wherever you can go with this ideal, you do this with Halloween 5. Why? Yes, sure, Halloween 5 has some cool scenes, has some cool moments, but that doesn't make it a good film. That by far does not make this a good film at all. Out of all the Halloween movies, I find this one the most hard to sit down with. I find it the most hard to sit down with. Like, it's hard to watch Halloween 5 in my opinion, because you got so much comedy that's forced. Not only do you got comedy now, but they really forced comedy on you with sounds. Like, there's like these weird like circus sounds. I don't even know what it is, but like these circus sounds where the cops are walking out the house and you hear it. Why? Why is that in a Halloween movie? I don't want that in my Halloween movie. Please, I don't want that. Again, going back to Halloween 4's ending, they give you this amazing ending, and I've said it. You did not have to make Jamie the killer. You could have easily continued on with that ending, maybe where Jamie is in Smith's Grove, or something like that, or you play around with a mystery. Is she the killer? Is she not the killer? You could have did something that, maybe, would have upset fans. Maybe even me. Maybe my own idea would have upset me. But I think there was something better than Halloween 5. I really think that. And then you have this man. Basically this random man in a shack that just decides, let me take in this serial killer and nurse him back to health, because why not? I mean, why? Supposedly in the original script it was called to be this man. He was like a satanic type of man. To me, that makes more sense. A satanic man that does, that's like in the cults and all that. It makes more sense taking Michael in. And what I've heard about that original script that actually tied into the Thorn and all that makes sense. But some random guy in the shack, I don't know who approved of the random guy in the shack taking Michael in. I don't know who approved of that. But again, one of the worst decisions, in my opinion. It makes no sense. And Again, why didn't you just use the same mask from Halloween 4? Again, I don't understand that as well. Halloween 5 is just a mess of a movie. It really is a mess. The ending sucks. The comedy's forced. It's not necessary. Halloween 5 is boring, hard to sit through. You're making Jamie a mute. You kill Rachel off in a very disrespectful way. Why couldn't we get at least a proper send-off? I think you could have easily did like an arc for Rachel, where like she sacrifices herself for Jamie or something. Oh, did I mention Tina? Yeah, we get a character Tina in this that literally me and a lot of people on this earth does not like. You kill Rachel off, make Jamie a mute, put those characters over here, and you give us Tina. Why? Who approved of Tina? I literally want to know who approved of Tina, because I didn't approve of Tina. Even though I wasn't around when his movie was in production. I'm sure you didn't approve of Tina. No one wanted her in this movie. No one whatsoever wanted her in this movie. But she's in this movie, and she's one of the most annoyingest. She's one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen in any subgenre of horror. And particularly a slasher, because Halloween 5 is a slasher. Again, Halloween 5 is just a mess. It's a mess of a movie. It's bad. It's one of the worst Halloween movies. It would be one of my... Like, if I had to do, like, a top 20 list, which I may do, actually, in the future. If I had to do a top 20 list of worst horror movies, this would be on there. This would be on there. It may not be, like, number 1, number 5, number 10, but it's going to be on that list of the worst horror movies I ever seen with my eyes. Again, it's just like, how can you sit there, write a Halloween 5 script, and go like, okay, we gotta have this comedy in there. We gotta make it kid-friendly. We gotta kill Rachel off, because everybody loved Rachel, so it makes sense to kill her off. Like, who sat there and, how could you sit there and write this script? How could you sit there and write this script? Again, I know there's people that are fans of this movie, and that put it as their number 1. I don't see how you could do that, but I mean, it's your opinion, I can respect your opinion. I mean, if you consider Halloween 5 the best slasher, best horror movie of all time, you do you. But I think it's the worst horror movie I've ever seen. Worst Halloween movie. Even if I'm watching all the Halloween movies, Halloween 1, 2, 4, yeah, we skipped 3. I did a whole review on that. Go check that out. Most of the time, I'm skipping over Halloween 5. I just find it a chore to sit through. I just find it a chore to sit through. That's my review, Halloween 5. That is my little, I guess, rant and review on Halloween 5. Because out of all the movies, even Resurrection disrespected Michael, the story. But I think Halloween 5 also disrespected Michael and the story and what was built from Halloween 4. The two movies in the franchise that disrespected Michael, in my opinion, is Resurrection, which we have not gotten to yet, and Halloween 5. Can we talk about how bad Halloween 5 is? I know people praise it. I'm not a fan of Halloween 5. My opinion. Halloween 5 gets a 7.5. I give it a nice 7.5. Does have some good stuff. I said slightly good stuff in it. Slightly. If anything, I can find good in it. To be honest with you. But 7.5, I think that's fair. I guess, I don't know. Don't really care about Halloween 5. I can do without it. I would love a direct sequel to Halloween 4. Can we get a direct sequel to Halloween 4? I would love that. But 7.5, maybe a 6, depending on my mood. But as of the recording of this video, 7.5. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about Halloween 5. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let's have a full discussion about Halloween 5 in the comments below. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.